Gemini, welcome to this reading. You might find this resonates more if Gemini is your sun or rising sign. So let's have a look and see the messages that Spirit would like you to know at this time. Okay, Four of Swords. So they like they like peace and quiet, which almost sounds like they like the quiet times when nothing's going on here. I don't think it's that. I think what they mean is they like the deep level soul peace that they find in this connection. So through a sense of perhaps recognition, feeling like they don't really have to use so many words for you to understand who they are as a person, where they're coming from. And I feel that because this lamb, we've got this massive sun here over its third eye. So there is something about this connection that your person feels is very intuitive, very divinely guided. You really understand each other on a deep level. You don't have to always be talking to be connected. They may have felt that they've had a lot of awakenings as well through this connection, so that's something they wouldn't change. Three of Swords. Okay, interesting. Four of Swords, Three of Swords. Wow, Two of Cups. This is wow, we're talking about some deep love and gratitude here that they feel for you, because they're saying, I wouldn't even change the difficult times, the Three of Swords, the pain, the mental pain, and confusion, the emotional pain. I wouldn't even change that, even if this is a third party situation in one way or another and there have been obstacles and blockages. I wouldn't change that, even though that may have caused us both pain as well, because we have this Two of Cups connection. You're my person, you feel like my other half, and if getting rid of the painful parts meant that I also had to get rid of the good, I would take everything. I would take everything that we've experienced and everything that is to come. So yeah, wow, okay. We have the Hanged Man. And okay, before I go into the Hanged Man, Pisces energy there, I'm noticing, obviously this is quite a grey deck, lots of blacks, lots of whites and greys, but in the Three of Swords, we've got the swords, white, black, then we've got this red ribbon and we've got the blood, so we've got the red. In this card we also have the whites and blacks, but now the red has turned into the petals on the roses. So there's something about how, again, excuse me, the transformative nature of this connection and how your person feels that they can even pull good out of the difficult times, out of the sad times, and in a way the difficulties have helped them transform, has helped this connection to transform. So it's like they're saying, without the pain that we've been through, without the struggles, we may not actually be where we are today. We wouldn't be the people we are today. So they're crediting this connection with really even shaping them as well as an individual. And that's just further clarified by this Hanged Man, again, taking time to step back, be at peace, see things from a new perspective, become enlightened, which is what we saw with this Four of Swords. So even in the moments when maybe you're not interacting, you're not speaking, they're saying, I'm still growing so much, I'm gaining so much from this connection, and I just would not change it. I wouldn't be the person I am today without this connection, and that's a fact. Okay. We have Judgment reversed. Nine of Wands. Also they're saying, no matter what's going on between you or around you both, there's always this feeling of hope. And it's the kind of hope, sometimes you might think, if I didn't have hope, or if I could get rid of that last bit of hope, then I could just move on and leave this behind. So you can kind of feel annoyed sometimes by having any hope. Your person's saying, I wouldn't get rid of that hope, even if it's like the tiniest spark. I'm glad it's there, because even when things are difficult, even when it feels like an uphill climb here for us to move this forward, I always have that spark, and it doesn't deflate me. I don't feel annoyed with it. I don't wish it would be extinguished so I could just move on and leave this behind. I'm actually really grateful for it, and I don't want that spark of hope to go. Okay, we have the Hierophant reversed, Taurus, and we have the Three of Wands. Okay, there is something about this connection that has helped your person to see outside of whatever they consider to be the norm. So that's going to be different, obviously, for everybody, you know, depending on how people have grown up, where in the world, which generation they've grown up in, certain religions, you know, all of those things influence what we think is like the regular way of doing things. And something about this connection has helped them to see beyond that, beyond the way people around them do things, beyond what they may have considered to be the most obvious linear path for themselves. So there could be something kind of different, unique, untraditional about the both of you together, or this connection in some way. You might be very, very similar in some ways, but completely different in others, and you really help them to become more expansive in their thinking because of this. So I would say, if I had to sum this up in one word, what would they keep? It's the expansiveness of this connection, the love they feel with you, the connection. It's bigger than anything they've experienced. Their mind has been blown wide open, which at times may have been uncomfortable, stressful, but you know, they're saying, I just take a step back, I think through everything, I integrate it, and then I'm grateful for it because now I feel like a more experienced person, and I have a wider view on things. So I also feel with the Hierophant reversed, you know, you may have shown this person things they need to leave, contracts they need to step away from, you know, literal written contracts or emotional investments. It's almost like through seeing how connected they feel with you, seeing how much potential they can see in this situation and connection with you, they realize through contrast even more the connections situations in their life where there is no forward movement, you know, connection situations that just aren't serving them anymore. Three of Wands, Hanged Man. Even if your person's not taking direct action towards you right now, and I feel for many of you that could be the case because there's a lot of energy of sitting back and reflecting and observing at this time coming from them. It's like they're saying, Three of Wands, you know, we're leaving this spread full of potential, looking into the future. The door is wide open. They would not change the fact that they can see a future for the both of you together. They are in this position where they're imagining, they're envisioning, wishing, manifesting, drawing this future closer to them, and they're saying, I wouldn't change this. I would not change the fact that one day I feel like all of these, you know, if you look at all of these colours here, they're kind of confined, but one day they're going to burst through, you know, break these sticks, these wands, and escape. And that's what they want. They want this passion, this potential, to escape, and so that they can, you know, move forward with you. So they wouldn't change that. They feel there's a lot of abundance, a lot of fertility in this connection, a lot of potential, even if it hasn't grounded yet. It's not like it frustrates them, excuse me. It's not like, oh, you know, I want this but I can't have it. It's more like they feel a sense of gratitude and joy and hopefulness, because they're thinking of it like, well, I want this, and one day, you know, hopefully, maybe we can have it. So that keeps them going. So yeah, I mean, I know we are obviously looking about what they would keep, but this today, you know, your person feels very like they're taking a real higher look at things, and being very positive, very hopeful, very reflective, not so reactive, not taking everything so personally. Wow. So, you know, it feels like they're saying, I wouldn't actually change anything. And look at the back, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. We know that aces aren't guaranteed. You know, if an Ace of Pentacles appears in our life, it's an opportunity. Like, say it's an offer for a job, it's an offer for a relationship. We don't have to take it, but we can. So they're saying, maybe we don't have anything that's fixed and nailed down yet, but I know we can have this opportunity in the future, and that is something they like, the potential. Not because, you know, they want it to just stay as potential, but because they really do believe there will be a time when you can both step into and embrace this potential. Okay, so let's have a look then at what your person would like to change about this situation. And I'm curious to see what this is going to be, because they're kind of saying, I would keep everything as it is, even the difficult bits, because of how they've shaped me, how they've shaped us. So let's see. Spirit, please show us, my viewer's person, what would they change about this situation, about this connection even? I'm hearing that some of them would change how guarded they have been and possibly still are with their feelings in terms of sharing their feelings. It's like they might wish that they could just be more easygoing, you know, easy breezy, not so stressed about sharing how they feel, that they didn't feel that there were such consequences to saying, I feel this way for you, or you know, this is what I'm thinking about us. And that could be consequences like they will then feel exposed and vulnerable, or it could be consequences that other people will find out and they'll get into trouble, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, so for my viewer, what would their person like to change about this situation, about this connection, please? Okay, we have the Hermit, Virgo. Two of Wands. I feel one thing they would have liked to, or would like to change, is how much time they spend thinking about this by themselves. The Hermit and the Two of Wands. Because the Two of Wands, there's a feeling of frustration. We might be standing there telling people, well, I'm not moving yet because I'm deciding, you know, do I go left or right? Do I stay where I am or step outside of my comfort zone? But that's not why. We know what we want to do. It could be fear, it could be timing. You know, maybe we're privately psyching ourselves up to take that leap. So it's almost like a frustration that while they have appreciated reflecting, they cannot deny that there have been times where they feel that they've done the reflecting and they've wanted to act, but they haven't been brave enough, or they felt that the situation wasn't appropriate to take some sort of action. Because even this bird, this is why I was looking at this Hermit card. The crow is sticking its head through the bars as if it wants to get out, it wants to fly, it wants to go and deliver some kind of message or go somewhere. And look, in this Two of Wands, there's actually only one that we can see, and it's behind him. So yes, your person's saying one of the things I would change is that I clearly reached a point where I knew that I wanted to take some kind of action, but I didn't take the action. And it could be, you know, as I said, fear, the appropriateness of the situation. It could be that they knew this very early on, so they doubted themselves because they thought, well, how can I know so clearly how I feel and what action I want to take towards you when we hardly know each other, or something like that. You know, maybe it all came on very suddenly. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. They feel that you are really angry with them, or if you're not currently, that you have expressed or demonstrated in the past that you have at times been really angry, and I'm talking like furious. Now, maybe you're thinking, I have never been that angry with them, but this is just their perspective of things. So something's happened that they maybe have interpreted or misinterpreted as you being like seething, you know, beneath the surface with them, and they're saying, I wish I could change that. You know, I wish maybe you hadn't have been that angry with me ever, or that I hadn't have done something to get you so riled up. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. Wow, we've got all wands up here. Lots of fire, lots of passion, and yet the cards that have come out, well, apart from the Hermit, are not so much about taking action, except for how they see you. You were very ready to take action. I'm hearing you put your money where your mouth is. Is that the expression? You know, you said something, you did it, you wanted something, you went for it. Two of Wands though, Ten of Wands reversed. This is your person umming and ahhing, feeling burdened, feeling like because they took long or took so long, you know, or too long, whatever it was, that kind of really, really made you mad, made you angry. For some of you, they could even have said they were going to do such and such and then let you down, which is even worse than not promising or saying anything in the first place at all. So really, I'm seeing a big concern around how their actions or lack of action has impacted you. That's one of the things they would change. So it's not so much, oh, I would change, you know, that I reflected for too long. It's more like the effect that had on you. I wish I could change that. Four of Wands reversed. Okay, Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is a very clear message. If your person is in a marriage, a very long-term commitment, or even a job that really prevents them from being able to move forward with you, or has prevented them up until this point, they're saying, I wish I could change that. Even if this is a commitment that was made way before they met you, it's almost like they're saying, now if I'd have known 20, 30, 40, whatever years ago that we would meet, back when I met this other person, or I was offered this job, or whatever this is for them, I would have said no. I wouldn't have gone there. I wouldn't have walked down that path. Even if I knew I was going to stay single until I met you, or even if I knew I was going to end up doing jobs or careers that were okay, but I didn't really love, but I knew that, in the future it wouldn't interfere with us, I would have done that. I would have taken those positions. I would have gone down that route. I mean, it's not helpful, is it, to think that? I mean, if they met someone, say, years before they even knew that you existed, there's really no point saying, oh, if only I'd have known that you existed and that we would meet. Yet they do. That's what they think to themselves. Okay, what else would this person change about this situation or connection, please? Temperance in reverse. Yes. Wow. Sagittarius here. For some of you, I will say your person feels like you've got some real fire in you. And actually, I think they're a bit afraid of this, a bit intimidated. Do you know what this is making me think of? You see how she's got this barbed wire at the end of this wand? Did any of you watch The Walking Dead? What's the guy in it? It was one of like the later seasons, and he had this, I think it was a baseball bat with barbed wire wrapped around it, and he was sort of like really violent, and everyone was afraid of him. I'm not saying that that's you, but it's just making me think of that. Like, you are, because he was a leader, so you have confidence. This person sees you as a leader, and that's fantastic, but at the same time, if you become angry, there's a lot of momentum and force attached to you, and it's kind of scary. But it's down. The barbed wire part is down. So I'm not saying you would ever actually do anything or deliberately be really mean to this person, but it's like, whether they've directly experienced it or not, they know somehow that you have... there's something explosive within you, and they don't even want to tempt that to come out. Maybe it's your words, maybe you can be very cutting or really say some direct harsh truths, or maybe you're very sort of passionate, maybe I don't know what it is, but temperance is keeping the balance, keeping the peace. It's like there are two sides to you, and somehow they feel they've got a glimpse or a sense of this side of you that's very fiery. If you're unhappy, you're going to let them know. Yeah, I just think that intimidates them or makes them feel afraid or something. And it could be that you see all emotions as valid, even things like anger. So you think something's funny, so you laugh. You think something's making you annoyed, so you show that you're angry, then you move on. It's not something you hold on to. This person may have been more repressed. It might be that they only think certain emotions are okay, so things like anger, they just repress and it festers and they become passive aggressive. But that's not how you do things. You will just let them know, I'm really annoyed with, about such and such. So it could just be simply that you will actually try to acknowledge when things have gone wrong or when your boundaries have been crossed, and that makes them uncomfortable or nervous or something like that. But there are times when you let them know everything is not okay. I'm not just going to pretend, oh, everything's peaceful, everything's balanced. No, I'm pretty annoyed right now, or I'm upset about something. Okay, what else, please? We have, oh my God, are you kidding me? The Three of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. The final card for what they would change is exactly the same as the final card for what they would keep, on top of each other. What are the chances of that? Wow. So there is some frustration then that what they want with you feels like it's not here right now. So they love the fact it gives them hope that there is potential, you know, you can come together, you can have this amazing abundant situation moving forward. They love that. But at the same time, sometimes they find it frustrating because it's like, why isn't it here now? Wow. Okay, so there we go. That's crazy. Okay, so let's get some messages and see what they would like to say to you at this time. Unappreciated, I felt like you didn't care. Secrets, I haven't told you everything. Regret, I wish this never happened. Reflection, being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. Conversation, I want to call you and hear your voice. Reunion, we will always come back to each other. Indecisive, yeah, I know my inability to make a decision hurts you, and that's exactly what we have here with the Two of Wands and this angry looking Queen of Wands. The thing is, they had made a decision. We only have one wand here, and it's already behind him. He's already he's already ready to move into the future, but this guy here just didn't. So it may have looked like indecision to you, but maybe it was, could have been anything. Fear, the ability to move forward, overthinking. Look, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't indecision. It was just that they didn't take confident, decisive action forward. And as the Queen of Wands, whether you're a woman or a man watching this, it's almost like to you that was incomprehensible. The Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, when they know something, they're ready to act, they do act. So you were ready to act, you were acting, and this person was standing there, and it's almost like it was, maybe felt like rejection, maybe it was incredibly frustrating and confusing for you. And we have reveal, I want to tell you the truth. Yeah, maybe through this conversation they want to have. So a couple of things I want to go in and clarify. Unappreciated and secrets, let's see. The Chariot. So you might be a driven person, particularly in, say, like in terms of whatever you're focused on, whether it's your career, a hobby, a goal that you have set yourself, maybe like family matters, whatever it is. You can be very, very driven and you're very successful. You focus on something, you decide you're going to manifest something into your existence around that, and you go for it. And once you decide something, you're not going to be deterred. And your person may have seen this, and they may have sort of incorrectly felt that you were so focused on this other thing that they didn't really matter much. But I do get the feeling you were as ready to be this focused with them as whatever else they were seeing you be focused with, or focused on. Okay, so yeah, they watched, they assumed, they didn't ask, they didn't raise this with you. They just sort of felt, well, if you're that focused on such and such, you obviously haven't got room for us. Well, you're probably capable of focusing on more than one thing at once. Okay, let's have a look at secrets. And also, the Chariot is an energy of being very successful. So they may have felt inadequate and like you didn't need them, which they internalized as feeling like, well, you probably wouldn't, if you don't need them, you're not going to appreciate them. So a lot of it is them assuming things, projecting onto you. Okay, secrets, let's see. King of Swords. Okay, so they want to tell you very clearly, very truthfully, very directly, whatever they consider to be the secret. Six of Swords. They want you both to move forward from this, and they think it's going to clear up confusion, or maybe it's reflecting on an argument that you've had. Maybe they left you hanging or something like that, and they want to say something about it. Ten of Pentacles. So a secret could be they want to leave a spouse, a family, a job, something about time as well. Clarify this message about time, please. King of Cups reversed and the Empress. Taurus, Libra energy here. I feel for some of you, they might want to tell you about some experience they had growing up. Something to do with a family member or how they experienced love growing up. King of Cups reversed is kind of, well, not very nice when it comes to emotions. Emotionally manipulative, volatile, cold, all of those, you know, great things, sarcasm of course. So maybe that's how they relate to love, and when they, you know, came along, met you, they just didn't know how to show up in a healthy way potentially. So I think there's something they want you to know, that, you know, to kind of explain, well, this is why I've been the way I have been, or this is why things went the way they did when we first met, and I now have a wider perspective on things like people's different love languages and what it means to be in a healthy, loving situation. You know, we've got the Hanged Man and we have the Four of Swords. Those are things they really appreciate about this connection. So you've kind of shown them in some way that love isn't, it doesn't come with clauses or I'm only going to give you attention if you do this. I think this is probably some sort of parental figure. If it's not a parent, it's someone who was around them a lot as they were growing up, and I think they showed through behavior. It's almost like, you get my love and affection if you clean the house. I will do something that seems loving and nurturing to you if you're doing well at school, or if you do if you act like a mini me, you know, if you behave as someone I can understand and recognize, so you can't be your own person, or whatever it is, you know. But this is not healthy, this King of Cups in reverse. And I wouldn't even just say this is someone who is who does things like silent treatment and who's passive aggressive. This is someone who is the word I've been dancing around is nasty. I don't know what that means exactly, but I feel for some of you, your person has really experienced an adult who's very nasty to them when they're a child, to do with security, home, stability, love. You know, maybe like, as I said, a parent or parental figure who kind of should have been showing a bit more unconditional love. You know, you can grow into whoever you want and I will still be here. You can make your mistakes. That's part of growing up and all of that. But no, that's not what they were shown. Right. Okay, let's get another deck. And I don't even get the feeling that, you know, it's like, it's not like your person had to do anything terrible. You know, it's like, why have you done this? You know, your mistakes can't be forgiven. It's almost like, let's say this adult figure likes basketball and then your person wasn't even into sport growing up. That would be something that would be seen as, you know, unacceptable. Okay, what else please would my viewer's person like to say to my viewer? I plan to call or visit within a matter of weeks if all goes as planned. I'm having to do a lot to get ready and don't want you to know I'm coming, so please just be happy and know I'm on my way. Sometimes I just don't see how we can overcome our differences. I feel so discouraged right now. I'm trying to find a way to you, but I'm just deflated at the moment. I need a miracle. Well, in both cases, they are trying to find a way to you. You know, that's almost like this Three of Wands that's like, yes, you know, so much potential for our future, versus the Three of Wands where this person looks hunched over and they've been standing there for a millennia, you know, waiting. It's almost like, yes, I'm doing it. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can. Yes, I'm doing it. Oh, there are so many obstacles. I'm finally starting to love myself enough to be open to you loving me. Yeah, I mean, that takes me back to, oh, that takes me back. Why did I say it like that? That's bringing up this message again of there's something they want to explain to you about why they couldn't accept your love in the first place, why they maybe couldn't even accept themselves to begin with. I'm on shaky legs yet, but I'm heading in the right direction. I want to work on this so I'm not too needy or push you away. Whatever you just heard or are about to hear, if it hurt you, know that it was not true. It's fake news, a misunderstanding, or you're just not getting the whole story. Trust me, I'll explain later. Okay, let's get 2 more of these. Ooh, I'm still trying to get over my ex and related wounds. Please give me space while I heal, and know once I lick my wounds, I'll come to you properly healed. I've really been through the ringer. Wow. So maybe some of them actually, if the last you heard about this person or last you spoke to them, they were in a relationship, it could be that very recently ended and they're still sort of wrapping up or tying up loose ends and moving forward. I feel unsafe, fragile and vulnerable right now, totally out of my element. Please pray for my protection while I figure out my way through this illusion into my power. Okay. So definitely a big change has happened for some of you with this person you're asking about. Okay, so let's get a few of these handwritten cards to get a sense of maybe what's important in their life right now, or what they want you to know that they're focusing on. Could even get some messages coming through from Spirit here. Oh wow, I followed you, but you didn't realize. Oh, okay, so that could be in person. It can definitely be online under a fake account or something like that. Wow. Okay. We have, we're trying to deliver, but what are you ordering? So that's a message from Spirit around manifestation. So, keep your thoughts clear, keep your intention clear. If you're wavering back and forth about something, it could be a good time to sit down and really decide, what is it that I want? Why do I keep going back and forth? Is there anything I can do to address that? Because basically Spirit's saying, we're going to bring this to you, but we're getting a bit confused about what it is you actually want. We have sarcastic. Okay, so someone could be sarcastic. Maybe they think you are, maybe you think they are, but like not in a low vibrational way, in kind of a funny, humorous way. So like sort of someone who's a bit witty or something like that. Not someone who's being rude to everybody. There's something you don't know about me. Wow, a second time we've got that message, and that's coming out on top of this 10 of Pentacles, Empress, King of Cups reversed. Yeah, I think, look, I'm all over the place. I was just about to say, for a lot of you, your person really feels like they are messed up inside, and that's not my judgment of them or my assessment. That's how they feel about themselves. Almost like they have had very few healthy connections and relationships in their life of any kind. We have, I underestimated you. I think they underestimated how important you were going to be in their life, even though they knew it intuitively. They thought, I can't possibly know it this early on. I'm going to try and write this off a little bit. I think they underestimated how successful, powerful you are as a person in general. I think they definitely underestimated you in terms of you standing up for yourself, that fiery, slightly scary, sometimes potentially Queen of Wands, that you're not just going to sit there and take it like maybe other people have in the past. Okay, oh, I'm pissed off. Wow, about what? And judgmental. So I don't know if they've been judgmental. We did have judgment. Didn't we have judgment reversed? Yeah, so I wonder if they're, coming out of their judgmental ways. These two came out together. Let me clarify. What is going on with that? Okay, let's see. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. 3 of nothing. The Empress reversed. And then we have the Lovers. So divine feminine energy potentially. We've got Gemini, more Taurus and Libra again. This feels to me something about money, work, how someone makes their money. I don't know if they feel that you've judged them in the past, whether you have or not. Again, could be them not thinking well of themselves and projecting. if I'm honest, and I don't know how many of this is going to resonate with, but what I'm feeling here is whatever it is that you do for work, and if it's not work or career, you know, that sort of thing, it could be studying, education, it could be, with the Age of Pentacles, whatever you give a lot of time and consistent effort to, could be exercising, honing a craft, whatever it is, your person seems to be jealous because they see you as being their empress. And if I think of the lovers as being the emperor and the empress together, it's almost like they're jealous of other people around you, or they're jealous of the partnership you're forming with this other activity, or that other people get to take their place next to you, or they want to work alongside you, or something like that. But there's a feeling of jealousy around your work, or as I said, wherever you're giving a lot of time. And it's not jealousy like, oh, I want what you have, I want what you earn, or anything like that. It's jealousy about these other people who have access to you through your work, or through this activity you're doing, or your studies, whatever that is. Yeah, Chariot, and this takes me back. Why do I keep saying that phrase? That's it's reminding me of the message we had before, with them saying I felt unappreciated. So yeah, this is whatever you give a lot of attention to, and we have Justice here. They might feel like this is karma for potentially ignoring you in the past. It's like they could have had so much access to you in the past and they didn't take that chance, and now other people see you're amazing and are jumping at the chance to be connected to you, and they're getting very cross about it. So they could be judging themselves, they could be judging these other people, you know, you're not good enough to be talking to my person, it should be me, blah blah blah. So that's a bit maybe low vibrational, I don't know, but yeah, in their sort of maybe less high vibrational moments, I think they do get cross when they see other people are around you more than they are, or can talk to you more. And look at this, see how we've got the shadow of the crow. This is making me think of, I followed you but you didn't realize. If you're on social media, or you have some online presence and that's connected to whatever this is, I do think they are following in some way, watching, following, subscribing, they friended you, or you know, whatever terminology, but they're around.